Welcome back to another episode of Game by Thrones. As always, guys, if you're enjoying the content, enjoying the new episodes, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe. It's free. You can unsubscribe at any time. Now let's get into this week's episode. Welcome back to episode 16 of the Game by Thrones podcast. Today we have I don't know, we're kind of in the swing of things here. We've talked a lot of NFL. We've talked a lot of NCAA football, but yet we're still kind of in that limbo where the NFL isn't here just yet. A couple college football games tonight, and so with the podcast here today, it's kind of more of an interesting lineup. But before we get into things, remember, guys, follow us on TikTok, even though we haven't posted in probably 2 weeks. Follow us on TikTok.
It's been a while.
We're gonna be getting back to it. We'll be getting back to it. And then, I mean, even a worser thing, like the merch, I don't know what Zach and Chris are doing. They just need to get it out already.
That's all Matt. That's all Matt.
People are waiting for it.
He'll have it ready soon.
Yeah, basically, we just need to find a place to sell it on, so I got to look into that stuff. And I've just been putting it off. So we will get the merch to you before the NFL season, okay? That's my promise to you guys. Put that on me. I'll put the pressure on myself with that. But, yeah, that's kind of it for the intro. I mean, should we just hop right into a little bit of NFL talk, guys? Or what do you want to do?
We can. Yeah, that's cool.
So, I mean, not a whole lot's happened, I guess, since we've last talked about the NFL. I mean,
well, we can
Dobbins ETN injuries, a lot of big things there, but
I mean, more hit closer to home. Irv Smith Jr. I know we had that for later, but we might as well talk about it now. The Vikings starting tight end hurt his meniscus. Usually meniscus tears or injuries don't last very long, especially after you get surgery. But this one's 4 to 5 months. I don't know the exact details of the injury, but that's a big blow to the Vikings offense. He was set to be a big
out of nowhere too.
Yeah, have a breakout year, and he played really well in the last preseason game against the Chiefs, and they never said he got hurt in practice or anything, and all of a sudden he was out for the year pretty much.
I thought I read he hurt it in the Chiefs game.
And just didn't show it.
I guess.
Because people were I know people were doing like deep dives afterwards and trying to look for plays. Oh, it could have been hurt here, and they didn't see anything. So it's a weird situation.
Yep. It's very tough too, because I had heard that like you don't fully need your whole meniscus. I don't know if that's 100% true or not, but that's why the 2 to 4 week thing, when you get it kind of trimmed down, can have such a quick comeback because you don't need the ligament to fully heal. But I guess when it's torn as bad as Irv's is when you can miss a whole season, and it's pretty rare from what I've heard for that to happen. So
yeah, I mean, it just stinks overall. But they traded for, is it Chris Herndon?
Herndon. That's how you pronounce it.
He was a guy of mine back in 2019, and then he got hurt. And then 2020, it was the Adam Gase show. So he's a good, above average athletic tight end, and he'll be fine in a Kirk Cousins offense.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm actually glad we made the move.
Mm-hmm. We just need an athletic tight end who can block a little bit and get open a little bit, because we have 3 awesome weapons already. Just something to maybe take a little bit of the pressure off them. Have at least a viable target at the tight end position. I know Tyler Conklin's more of a blocker. He's catch the ball every once in a while, and he's been banged up too most of this training camp preseason.
Yep, and then I mean with J.K. Dobbins and ETN as well too. It's never. Anybody that has a season-ending injury, I cannot talk. Season-ending injury is tough, but it's especially tough when you have a young guy that you really is poised for a good year. I mean, especially with J.K. Dobbins, people thinking he's going to break out this year. It's tough. It's definitely tough, but
I don't think there's been any other big injuries lately.
Not that I can think of. Surprising news: Cam Newton got cut.
True.
Yep.
I think a couple
Mac Jones
people.
Season, baby.
I think maybe a couple people predicted it. Skip Bayless claims he predicted it like a week ago. I don't know how legitimate that is. But, Mac Jones season. He's going to be getting the reps, and that Patriots offense might struggle for a bit, but Mac Jones hopefully can turn into a solid player for them.
I would agree.
If you're looking...
Cam's washed.
But I don't know why they wouldn't at least keep him as like a running threat. He had so many rushing TDs. He's really good in short yardage. Maybe the money, but at this point, how much money are you saving when it's this late in the year? I don't know. I don't get it.
It's tough, but one person that is going to greatly benefit from this, if you're looking to kind of have a sleeper in your fantasy redraft leagues this year, Jacoby Myers.
He's obsessed with him. Matt's obsessed with him, bro.
Wide receiver 1 for the Patriots, especially with a guy like Mac Jones. Just put him on. I mean, get him in your fantasy leagues, in your home leagues with your friends. Redraft, leave him on the bench, but be ready because week 5 or 6 comes around. Mac's feeling it. Jacoby Myers, I think, is going to have a really good season with Mac at the helm.
How bad is the wide receiver talent in New England?
I mean, it's just guys we've never really heard of.
Exactly.
They say Jacoby Myers is pretty good. So
well, I know, but to say he's the bona fide one, and not many people have heard of him.
There's a Damiere Byrd who is okay.
He's probably wide receiver 4, and then you got Nelson Aguilar. They signed.
Okay. That little deep threat doesn't catch the ball.
Some people think. Yeah, some people think his outbreak games he had last year in Oakland are more who he is, but I think he's not that good. N'Keal Harry.
I mean, with the Eagles, Nelson Aguilar just couldn't catch a pass. He was always getting open. He just couldn't catch a pass. But last year it seemed like he was
Troy
actually
Williamson.
Kinda, yeah.
Couldn't pull anything.
He's stuck in the league a little bit longer than the number 7 overall pick did. Was he 7? Yeah. Wasn't Troy Williamson 7? I believe so.
7th overall. I think 2005 draft.
You Vikings fans out there that had to watch him play like we did when I was 6 years old, bad deal. He was terrible. He had laser eye surgery too, I think, because they thought it was his eyes. That's how bad he wasn't catching the football. They thought it was his eyes. It's almost kind of like
that was the strategy of I don't remember who the GM of the Raiders was, where they just draft the fast receiver.
Yeah,
didn't really care other skill wise. They just were fast.
Which the crazy thing about that, and obviously analytics has come a long way, but the top receivers in the game besides a Tyreek Hill are not necessarily the fastest guys. DeAndre Hopkins does not have blazing speed. Justin Jefferson does not have blazing speed. Devontae Adams. Yep. Keenan Allen, Julio Jones even, he didn't have blazing speed. Yeah, of course you have to be fast enough to beat cornerbacks, but you don't have to have 4.29.
They're route technicians.
They're just every route they can masters of running routes.
Yep.
Which is wild when, running routes relies a lot on athleticism, but these guys aren't even the most athletic, really even that close in a couple cases, and they're still really good receivers. They can still get open. It's kind of like the QB arm strength thing. Everybody's like, oh, he's a great arm, but or they'll measure it by, miles per hour, however hard they can throw it.
Right.
But if the guy can throw it on time and on target, that matters more. I think it's kind of Jay Reed has said this on Twitter forever. That's a guy we've all followed on Twitter for a long time. It's QB strength is a little bit overplayed, overrated. It's
arm strength.
Arm strength. Yep. Yeah. What did I say?
QB strength.
QB strength. The bench press. Well, how many reps of 225 can they do? It's a little overrated for the QB position.
That is definitely a little overrated.
It's overrated.
It is, and it's not obviously you have to have a capable enough arm to make it as an NFL
to make the
quarterback.
throws. Yes.
But it's like a threshold thing. It's like a threshold. Once you hit that threshold, it doesn't really matter that much more if you can't put it on target.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
it's more about timing. It's almost a little bit more IQ too, being able to recognize when and where to throw it.
Yep. They say processing, how fast you can process is a huge part. That's why a lot of people say Trey Lance is the fastest processor in this
don't get Matt started on Trey Lance. Don't get Matt started on Trey Lance. He did trade him though.
Stop.
He did trade Trey Lance.
I felt I have him in 3 other leagues. So that's why I felt okay trading him. But
so how much of a fan really is he?
Him at the 1-3. I love Trey Lance, but I had to get Christian McCaffrey from Levi to compete in our dynasty home league. So
true.
Fair point. If you saw me throw my hand up, we got Ohio State, Minnesota behind the camera going on.
Yep.
And Ohio State just scored another touchdown.
Ohio State had a deep bomb. Yep. Yeah. Wide open. I can't even. Is that the Garrett something? I don't even know what it is. Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. He's supposed to be that dude. Then Chris on his computer over there, he has Boise State, UCF, and then Appalachian State and East Carolina State.
We don't have any money on this at all.
Sorry, East Carolina. But yes, perfect segue.
Perfect segue.
All 3 of us put the same parlay down, or pretty much same parlay down.
It still is looking really good, except for Central
UCF.
Florida.
Yep. Central Florida, their
Central
first
Florida's
possession.
Figure it out.
We have UCF -6.5. Their first possession, they go right down to the goal line. QB throws the worst ball we've ever seen in our lives. Throws a pick six, like a 95-yard pick six. So that's how it's going for us right now, which is
the
not
other
good.
ones.
Minnesota's playing tight with Ohio State. We had them covering.
App State's got it.
App State's pretty much got it. We had them 9, and I think they're up 24 right now.
Do we have a cash out right now?
I do not know.
Doubt it.
I would doubt it, yeah.
Not UCF down 14.
It's also
need
only
UCF
3
to
legs.
hold the door here.
Yeah, cash out rules are really confusing and I feel like random on different sports.
Pretty
betting apps.
arbitrary, yeah.
Yeah. Like obviously for a same game, you're never going to get a cash out because it's incredibly hard for them to gauge how close you are when you have like individual stats in a game.
Yeah.
But with points and totals and spreads, it's easier to gauge. But yeah, I'll go and look for a cash out sometimes, and I'll be there's definitely got to be one, and there just won't be anyone there. But then when I don't expect it, it's just sitting right there.
I know.
I don't understand the rules.
And I
to
get
it.
sometimes when it's late in the game, obviously it's not going to be there, but I've never figured anything else out.
Exactly. So, do we want to look at
tough.
games for this weekend? What games we're liking?
Let's look at it, yeah.
Okay, so we're taping this on a Thursday night. If you haven't already been able to tell, the Ohio State-Minnesota game, like we said, is going on. But the Saturday slate, we're all Iowa fans, so I think, is Iowa even a good pick? Like, I hope they win, but I don't want to pick them and have them lose because then you get the dreaded double lose.
You lose money and your team lost.
Exactly. But you have potential for the win-win.
I think they're a good pick, though.
And Boise State just scored another
UCF
touchdown.
yeah. And they had him
That's
tackled
tough.
before the third.
That's
first
tough,
down.
bro. This UCF team is making us all mad. But anyways, Chris, what were you about to say?
It's at home. The fans are back. It's going to be loud. If the offense can put up some points, the defense has, 25 to 28 straight games of holding teams below 25 points.
It's going to be a tough one if the
It is.
Indiana
That's
QB is back at his peak. It's going to be a tough one. Indiana has a pretty good offense, and that new coach they have I really like too. Just
Tom Allen.
Yeah, seems like a motivator. We were talking about this with PJ Fleck too. Like, I'm not a Minnesota fan, but I kind of like the way PJ Fleck operates himself. Young,
he relates
energetic.
better to younger guys.
Which
Absolutely.
Kirk Ferentz, you can't argue with. 20 years of just very rarely bad and usually pretty good, but sometimes he gets a little boring.
I think his worst year is still his first year.
Really?
They went 2-10 or something.
And then the next worst would probably be 4 and 8
probably.
or something. But in 20 years, you're going to have those years where the guys just
It's
you might have injuries.
Was it Bo Pelini that got fired because he only won 7 games
Yeah,
every year?
and now look at him. Now look at Nebraska.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But not.
Yeah. They had to evaluate where Iowa was as a program. So,
Now they
decided to get worse. They decided to get worse. They're
They
like,
should
hey,
probably evaluate where the Mountain West teams are right now.
exactly. But I mean, props to them.
Hey, they
for
were good in the
evaluating where
90s and
Iowa was.
80s.
That's true.
They were good in the 80s and 90s, okay?
They still
They're
hold
good
on
in
to
the 80s
that.
and 90s.
Everybody on Twitter. With Tommy Frazier at the helm. Tommy Frazier, would he even be a good QB now? Could he even throw the ball? We're too young to be like
I don't
Tommy
even
Frazier
know.
people. I know he ran the ball because I think
Yeah.
they ran triple option. Maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought so. But
T.O. will let us know. I'm
yeah,
sure he
T.O. will
knows.
let us know. T.O., you're our Nebraska guy, all right? But what's next? Should we get on to the game already? Do you have a game for me and Matt?
We were going to pick good games on
That's
Saturday.
right. We still haven't even done that. That's my bad. Let's see. Friday tomorrow, North Carolina, Vatek. Vatek's usually a solid team. North Carolina
North
lost
Carolina.
a lot of offense, but they still have their QB, Sam Howell. Besides that, not any. Michigan State, Northwestern, Big Ten game. I would assume Northwestern will win that one. Michigan State's been struggling for a couple years now. So Penn State, Wisconsin. Who we liking Saturday? I'm going Wisconsin. It's at what is it?
Wisconsin. Yeah.
Camp Randall?
They have that.
Is that the name?
It's Camp Randall.
Camp Randall. Okay,
Yep.
I thought
Jump
maybe I
around.
was saying it wrong. Jump
They
around
have,
does get very lit there.
That quarterback back who started really well and then just
Oh,
fizzled.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name. And strip sack, Tanner Morgan. And a touchdown for Ohio State.
Big boy touchdown. Now, although UCF's down 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
But
this
yeah,
is tough, man. I have the under on my
so
other
well.
one, too. I have the under on my other one. This is looking a little hairy. I got to check that number again.
I think Wisconsin wins that one.
I think so, too. It's out-physical them. Well, but didn't the QB get COVID or something? Because then he came back and he wasn't very good, or the whole team?
Something. Yeah.
Something like that, where he missed games and then he came back and he just wasn't good anymore. Those first 2 games, he looked really good.
I will say, if you want to look for a team that can cover like a 3 to 4 score spread, Cincinnati's minus 22.5 right now.
Against
who?
Miami,
Ohio.
They should.
Is it
They
Ritter, their quarterback?
That sounds right.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Does Miami, Ohio, low-key have some dogs we don't know about? Or that's always scary, too.
Ben Roethlisberger's gone.
Ben Roethlisberger is gone. The big Ben
I'm going to butcher this line, but this is for you, Royce. 2 words. Go Iowa Hawkeyes.
I don't get it.
They did Kenny Mayne did a joke video when Ben Roethlisberger came to Kinnick.
And played against Iowa.
And Matt Roth did that.
2 words.
And then he goes, 3 words. Go Hawks.
That's funny. Kenny Mayne said that, or Matt Roth said it?
Matt Roth said it.
Gotcha. Matt Roth, fun fact, I started crying after Iowa won the Capital One Bowl in 2005. You know, that crazy Hail Mary game. I started crying. I was like 6, or I was 5.
He just disappeared.
Matt Roth was gone. That was his last game. That was the last game as an Iowa Hawkeye. Sad deal. What are some other games on the slate?
Possible. It's not really an upset, but compared to what the schools are, Louisiana Lafayette at Texas.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
If Louisiana Lafayette wins.
They're both.
Have
ranked.
you guys not been able to hear me?
No, we haven't been able to hear you this entire time.
No.
I was like, you guys are cutting me off. What the heck is going on?
That's tough. Yeah, we could not hear you at all. Dude, so if you guys are watching the video and Matt is sitting there talking, we're cannot hear him.
It in there.
Yeah, I was literally like, I was about to text one of you and be like, stop cutting me off. You're pissing me off.
So what do I? So I'm going to have to use the Zoom audio then, or else on your regular audio, it's just going to be you talking and us cutting you off.
No, I'm pretty sure I had it muted.
Okay, the whole mic. Okay, that would be nice if it was. Honestly, I edit the podcast, so it makes my job easier if that's the case.
We each need to come with
a
lock of Saturday, whether it's a close game money line or a spread.
I'm gonna go with Alabama money line. I think that's a lock.
That's an
watch Alabama lose to Miami, Florida. Miami, Florida's got some dudes.
Who's the quarterback back?
Derek King? I never know if it's Eric or Derek King. Huh?
Zach, who told you to bet Miami? That's like an Alabama fan or something.
Somebody. So I guess that's a good segue into this too, Chris.
Yeah. So I recently changed careers after finishing a master's in teaching. That was great timing. But I had an opportunity to
perfect timing
to work at FanDuel at the casino as a supervisor, and thinking I get to watch sports all day, every day. Great job. But I met this guy who's a big Alabama fan, claims 2 years ago, he put money on Devontae Smith to win the Heisman last year, and he got it. He says,
holy crap.
Take Miami to cover the spread because Alabama's got so many new pieces on offense and especially a new quarterback. Mm-hmm. And Miami's got their quarterback back, and it's at Miami.
That's from when I was talking to my South Florida buddies, one of them said that
neutral field.
They have a couple really good running backs, but then another guy chimed in and said their O-line is really bad. So I don't know. Alabama, if you can buy a few points and take Alabama, I would.
Sorry,
16.5.
It's neutral field, Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Neutral field, okay. Alabama, they're at 19.5 right now, according to ESPN.
Is Kanye West going to be there?
No. I think he's been moving around from stadium to stadium.
Scored.
No, yeah, he moved.
Yeah, UCF did score, but still not looking great. But maybe there's a sign of life
Minnesota
there.
just converted a third there.
Yeah, and Matt's like 5 or 6 seconds ahead of us, so he's been just
bad.
spoiling us this whole time. Appreciate it, Matt.
So you're
Yeah,
locked
dude,
in the day
boys.
is
No,
Alabama money line?
I'm gonna pick a legitimate lock. Do you guys have any locks?
I'm gonna be honest. Like,
When we say
locks,
locks, put it in air quotes. Locks. There's nothing that's truly a lock.
it's just for fun.
Yeah, it's just fun. Georgia Clemson. What are we thinking? I think I might take Clemson with the DJ. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I think
but
you
he was
have
the
to
backup.
take
Georgia.
You're
taking Georgia.
Clemson. Like,
Why? Any reason?
Yeah. JT Daniels.
I was gonna say I think it's JT. I couldn't remember his last name.
I'm sure they have a good running back.
Yeah,
They're gonna have a good defense.
Should be a really good game. It should be a really good game. That's a good week 1 game.
Dang, man.
What's the spread? Does anybody know the spread for Iowa State UNI?
It's not on here.
It's
and
not
it wasn't.
on there.
It's not at FanDuel either.
It's not okay because I thought I saw somebody tweet that UNI was plus 37.5, and somebody said if you get plus 37.5, you take that every single day of the week because UNI not a great offense, good defense. They're going to slow it down. And 2 or 3 years ago, UNI went to OT with Iowa State and
This is true.
should have
Ibrahim's
honestly
down,
won.
guys.
Ibrahim's hurt.
I hope it's just a cramp.
No.
He's got like 100.
Yeah, he has a lot. He has a lot of yards.
That did not look good.
Ooh, hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully it's a cramp. But
It has to be.
It might be a cramp. Let's see. They're showing slow motion.
No.
No, what happened? What happened?
Oh my gosh, it looked like an Achilles. It looked like an Achilles.
Oh my gosh, you guys are getting our live
my
reaction,
gosh.
and our computer just froze.
Your computer
snap.
froze.
Yep, our computer
He's trying to
just
walk
froze.
it off. Stop walking
That
it
was a
off, dude.
snap.
Why
It don't
What is he
matter.
doing?
It's gone.
What is he doing?
Oh my gosh.
We just watched like his whole freaking leg. Is he okay?
No,
Dude,
that
had to
thing
be an
snapped.
Achilles.
That was the KD.
That had to be an Achilles snap.
That
Video.
was the KD. It looked like an Achilles just snapped. What the heck? You guys are getting our live reaction right now as I'm trying to fix our camera. I know our
Oh
camera's
my
down right now.
gosh.
Hopefully I can get this back up here. Let's see.
Oh my gosh. That
Let's go.
that
We're
was
back.
squeamy.
That was tough.
That
Because Matt,
sucks.
like we said, Matt's 5 or 6 seconds ahead of us, and he's like, oh, so I knew it was gonna be something bad. But it looked really bad. But he's walking around on the sidelines.
Hold up. Let me look on Twitter.
I
See what
no
people are
idea.
saying.
There's no way athletic training staff would let him walk off like that if they weren't confident.
I mean, yeah, he
There-
must be
that's-
saying he's all right, though. He must just be saying he's all right. That is.
There's no way.
Oh
He's
man.
got 160 yards rushing too.
Yeah, he's having a really nice game. What's his first name? Is it just Mo? Why do I think it's Mo?
It's definitely Mo. I don't know if it's long.
Mo Ibrahim. That's
I don't
what
know
I
if
thought.
it's. It's always ever just said Mo. So
Yeah, so that was scary. Sorry to get kind of
All right.
sidetracked there for a while.
my lock of the weekend on Saturday. Number 8 Cincinnati covering 22.5. Miami, Ohio.
If you can, buy 2 points and take 20.5 because of football scores.
Yep.
I'm trying to look at. I had to refind all these games again because of the Ibrahim play. It's a really good lock. I wonder what the over/under is for the Iowa-Indiana game. Because what if Indiana just lights us up? I don't know. I can't find it. I'm not going to say lock, but Louisiana Lafayette, have them cover 10.5. It's at 9 right now. Have them cover 10.5 against Texas. Unless Texas is back, who knows? I swear they're back every other year.
Texas has been back for 5 seconds when they won that bowl game.
Sam Elliott, they beat Georgia, but I think Georgia had a lot of guys out that year. That's kind of the SEC. We don't take bowl games seriously. That's why we always lose them. Blah blah blah. Which some of the
If they
games
don't
have
make
a point.
the playoff, it's not legit.
Doesn't matter. LSU's ranked after their
Dang,
terrible
man.
year last year.
Oh. All right.
I don't even know what they have.
Let's
but-
see. I'm trying to.
I'm still a little shaken from that.
Yeah,
I'm
Matt,
still
you haven't said much. Yeah.
That was nasty.
I was
It was
looking at
pretty
tweets
nasty.
and everyone thinks he tore his Achilles.
Really?
Had to.
He had 20. He had
pop.
He had 29 carries in 3 quarters.
Doesn't make any
Just riding
sense.
All right, let's.
What's your pick,
Okay.
Matt? You got a pick? I don't even know what I want, honestly.
Should we keep track of these? We should keep track of our picks throughout the year.
Okay. We can kind of just do that in our heads because I'll probably remember whatever game I end up picking. Dude, not a ton of these games look appealing.
I usually really like taking like first half spreads with big
you do.
favorites.
I might just take Wisconsin money line or Wisconsin at 5.5. I think they're gonna win. That's my pick, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Is there a reason Illinois is only minus
5.5
against Texas San Antonio?
Texas San Antonio isn't bad.
What was it? Wisconsin.
Mine was Wisconsin minus 5.5. Because that's the line, and I feel cheap just saying money line.
Yeah, we're
just taking whatever the line is. Matt, you got one?
I am gonna go with this is really tough, guys. I'm gonna be honest, like my college football knowledge is not as good as my NFL. I need to brush up on it.
I feel like that's almost every year though. We don't know much about college football going in, and then once you're halfway through the year, you know all the big names.
Yep,
It's kind of just a never-ending cycle, year after year.
Yeah. No, that is true. I'm not seeing much I like, guys, to be honest. But I'll figure out something here.
Threw it away. UCF got to stop.
UCF got to stop. Okay.
Really?
Okay,
sweet. Well, basically, we need Minnesota to get some points here because if Ibrahim's hurt the rest of the game, they're not going to be able to move the ball much.
Down 10, Matt. We only got 5 points to play with.
On my second parlay, I have Eastern Washington money line. I'm trying to find a stream because ESPN doesn't even have their stats or any like game cast or anything in the game because it's too small.
Matt, you got your lock yet?
Matt is just delaying this lock. People are probably just sitting here.
There we go.
We converted. They converted the first.
Matt, just.
I know, guys. Okay,
wait a little bit longer.
All right, I have no clue about. I did, Zach. I waited like 10 seconds. I have no clue about these two teams, but Marshall was my team last year, so I'm going money line Marshall against Navy, baby. Marshall has a good quarterback. I'm pretty sure he's back, and I like their offense last year. They were
they're low key fun to root for. Like they usually have an exciting offense.
We
like
are Marshall, baby.
Rakeem Cato. He used to be a beast. Undersized QB that broke a ton of records there.
Randy Moss.
Yes, I know, but I'm talking within the past decade.
I don't care.
You weren't even talking about from this millennium.
I don't care.
Hold up. There's a Cade
Chad
Cunningham
Pennington
for Marshall.
There's a Cade Cunningham for Marshall. Is this spelled the same? Did that just become our favorite college player? Cade Cunningham from Marshall.
You may have.
All right, locks are done.
I'm gonna go Marshall.
Matt, what's the spread?
Right.
What's the spread on that?
Well, it's a money line, so minus 140, but the spread is only minus 2.5. So
the money line's fine.
Yeah.
But
Chris,
Navy's scary offense. But
so Chris has the game for us. So what do you have?
We have a game this week.
Let's get after it.
Matt still hasn't lost.
It's a bad deal.
And since it's the opening week of college football, like fully, we're going college. But a little different.
College is tough.
So we have to name the college of where the player went?
There are 12 names.
Okay.
You have to name the 12 Iowa Hawkeye All-America selections since the year 2000.
That's tough. Do you have positions or no?
Okay.
For like
I have positions, but I'm not going to give you right now.
Yeah, and at the end when we're struggling. All-Americans.
Okay. All-Americans.
Okay.
All right. Do I get to start first? Because
Yes.
Yeah, you're the winner.
I keep winning. All right. I will start with let me just make sure here.
I'm gonna look
this
him
is
up
tough.
quick.
I'm trying to think of recent people.
No, I'm just trying to think of the surest bet before anything. I'm going to start with Desmond King.
Correct.
Good call. Thorpe Award winner.
2015.
Off that note, I'm going to go with a similar guy, Josh Jackson. Okay.
Correct.
So we're 2 of 14 so far, 1-1. What are we thinking?
Let's see here. I am going to go with Sean Green.
I was thinking
Good
him
pick.
too.
What was he, 2012, 2011?
I'm gonna go.
No, way before that, like
2008.
2009.
I'm gonna go with Brad Banks. He wasn't any of the All-American teams.
He was the runner-up in
He's
the
runner-up
Heisman.
in the Heisman. Well, that
He
just
lost to
shows this
Carson
game.
Palmer.
Hold up.
This game is rigged.
Consensus All-Americans.
So basically, you have to be an All-American on a bunch of the things. Okay, do I get a re-guess?
You can have a repick.
Okay, because I thought it was just people whoever made the All-American team.
It's cut off right here.
Okay. I don't know if he would have made an All-American team. Let's go with. Isn't there like a Robert Gallery?
Correct.
Yeah. People
That's
on
a
Twitter.
great one, Mon.
I'm not old enough to remember him like watching him play.
Great
but
one, Mon.
People on Twitter talk him up heavily. So Eastern Carolina.
I'm gonna go with T.J. Hawkinson.
Matt, he wasn't.
That's
Him and Noah
awful.
Fant were both the same year.
Zach, he was drafted 8th overall, and he had a way better year than Noah Fant did.
That's
Let's
not
say
true.
stats.
That's
That
not
was a
true.
terrible thing.
That's not true. Noah Fant sat out of the
Yes.
bowl game, and Hawkinson had a way better bowl game. That's the only reason you say that.
He had
And define
Hold up,
way
no.
better. Define way better year.
he
might not even
produced
been,
way more.
He might not have even
Let's look up
been
the
the best
stats,
tight
bro.
end on his team, bro.
He came out of nowhere that year.
Yes, I know.
And he got drafted before Fant.
Yes, I know. But
Not every
He had 760 receiving
surprise
yards.
is a consensus All-American.
A surprise isn't getting drafted 8th overall as a tight end, Chris. That's not a surprise. That's
yeah,
domination.
and then he had also a first round tight end on his own team. So that's just not a smart pick.
760,
Not a smart pick.
760 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns. I'm gonna look up
Okay.
Noah Fant while you guess your next.
No,
one.
just keep talking. I'm trying to think. Just stall for me. Filibuster here. I'm trying to think of defensive guys. Did this guy get it last year? He might have. Davian Nixon.
Correct.
Let's go! Where'd Matt go? Matt left.
Right here.
Oh, he's ducking down. I was like, where'd he go? If you're watching this on video,
Charger in.
if you're watching this on video, you probably saw him duck down, and I just look at the
Plugging my
camera.
phone, my laptop in.
That's so funny. I couldn't see Matt. I was like, why do you just
Noah
leave?
Fant had 519 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. So T.J. Hawkinson, 760 receiving yards in college is a lot for a tight end.
But he also played an extra game where Hawkinson had like 2 big catches against Mississippi State.
Yep.
Just saying, man. That's an absolute joke. Who got tight end? Who got All-American at tight end over him?
Whoever
I don't
didn't
know.
have another first team or first round draft pick. On
Yeah,
their
didn't
team.
have another first round tight end.
Why would you
on the
get
team.
why would you get penalized for that? Like, you still did great.
Because you don't
All
have
right,
as many.
He still did
Anyways.
great, so he should be an All-American because he did great.
All right, Matt, you're up. Maybe the first time you've been losing.
3-2.
I think you tied me the first one, Chris, and that was about it. Yeah. Or no, Zach had a big comeback.
I had a good comeback, and then he ended up pulling it off. I might just have to go with like the stereotypical like we're good pros.
Isn't he up?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm just
Oh,
thinking. I'm
okay.
trying to fill in between while he's thinking. I might just have to go with like guys who are good pros, and hopefully they're an All-American.
I'm gonna go Brandon Scherf.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's what
I
I
don't
was gonna say
know.
before too.
I don't know how good this guy was in college, but I'm just gonna say it just to maybe get it. Marshall Yonda. I don't know if he was that highly. You're not seeing him. That's
No.
tough. Just had to go with him
Let's
just in
go.
case. I know he went to 9.
All right, it's 3-3, and we have 15 total or 12 total.
12.
Oh, I thought you said 14.
Okay.
But so we've named 6 of the 12.
Half done.
Okay. If he doesn't get this one and I don't get this one, because then we'll have the same amount of guesses, then we can get hints.
Okay.
If we both don't get it. All right, big mate.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. So you guys know on the past when it seems like they're guessing pretty quickly, but I'm just cutting the parts where they're thinking about it for too long.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully I see this and keep it in. Can you just guess a
I'm gonna
name?
go Mike. I'm gonna go Micah Hyde.
If that's it, I'm like lose.
Nope.
I'm gonna go with Dallas Clark.
Ooh,
Correct.
Let's go, man.
That's a good one.
Let's go. So what?
That's tough.
4-3.
4-3.
I just took the lead. 7 out of the 12 we've named.
Field goal for Minnesota.
Yep. And he drilled
it. Good kick.
All right. Now we got 8 points to work with, Zach or Chris. That's actually huge.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. Shoot, man.
But Boise's driving
Shoot,
again,
man. Shoot, man.
Really
Yeah.
tough.
I mean, Matt is just buying time here. He's just buying time in the pocket, just waiting. Come on, man.
Trying to, that's for sure.
Hurry up, bro.
Brian Bulaga.
That's such a good pick.
No.
Oh, somebody on that 2005.
that's really tough.
Never mind. Dude, who would have been on that team?
That's so tough.
Who would have been somebody had to have been an All-American on that team. It's too good of a team.
How many do we have left, Chris?
We have 5 because we're 7 for 12 right now.
It's 2000.
Dude. This do be tough, though. That Sean Green pick was really good right away. I thought of it right away, too, but I was hoping you wouldn't get it.
Same.
I'm going to go with Adrian Claiborne.
Correct.
Ooh.
Great junior year. He had a great junior year. I'm hoping that might be the dagger, but we're going to get hints, though. So I guess we'll probably end up naming them all, hopefully.
We'll do hints after this one because it'll get a little tough.
So we have 8 of the 12. I'm winning 5-3.
Ooh. Chad Greenway.
I mean, I thought of him too. Yeah, I thought of him too, but I didn't think he'd be an All-American on there.
No.
You should have went, ooh. No.
Always Chad. He got drafted like 18th overall.
Just because you get drafted highly doesn't mean you're an All-American.
It's a good indicator.
Yes, it is.
My
but
gosh.
you had like an epiphany.
Stupid,
like it was just a
dude.
for sure. I was trying to think of who on that team would be an All-American, but I don't know if there would be any.
Hints.
No.
He has to let me go, and then we can do it. You went first.
And I'm gonna listen. I'm warming up my coffee quick. So
he's warming up his coffee. So Matt is going to the other room. He is leaving during this podcast. See you later, Matt. He can still hear us, but since he's not there, does that mean we can talk crap about him, even though he can hear us?
I mean, you always have the legendary spin double dribble.
Legendary story. It's on. We told it on a past pod before. Basically, Matt jammed his finger, so he double dribbled because he said he couldn't dribble with his other hand.
30 for 30. What if Matt doesn't break his foot?
That's one of the most. How do I put this? Biggest questions of our time. Biggest questions. I'd say so.
Okay, number one. You see this medal right here? This was like 6 months ago. It just 2 days ago. I've tried it probably every week since the injury, and it has not fit. It finally fits again. So it took 6 months for my knuckle to be able to get to a size where it would fit again. So calling it a jam finger is a huge understatement.
Hey, Matt.
It still hurts when I do this.
Did you?
It still hurts when I go like this.
Is that the same one you dislocated in high school?
No, that's this one.
That was pinky?
Oh, let me tell that story quick while we're thinking. I'm giving you plenty of time, but
I haven't even been thinking.
I've
just been trying to roast you.
I'm a freshman. So, like, the weirdest thing about my football career is, like, I love playing quarterback, and I feel like I was a decent quarterback. But I love playing quarterback. I hate playing defense. I did not want to get hit. And so my freshman year, JV.
And then he ended up being a way better defensive player than offensive player when he got
And so my freshman year, I've not hit puberty yet. I'm like 5'7", maybe 160 because I was chunky. And and I did not have a shot to play JV. I did not have a shot. And so we have like our first game of the year. It's against Northwood, but it's at like 4 p.m. for a JV game. It's a weird time. I'm on kickoff. I'm lead line on kickoff. I think I'm the middle guy. Northwood tries an onside kick instead of going for the ball.
You mean kick return?
This is on kick
Sorry,
return.
kick return.
Yeah, he said he was the lead line on kickoff. Oh.
I'm so excited.
I'll
I'm
just
messing
run
up my
behind
words,
him
okay?
on kickoff.
Anyway, so Northwood thinks they're gonna pull a fast one on us. Do a quick little onside, not straight ahead, but to the side still. Now I'm like, I'm gonna trust whoever that was over there. I'm going after the kicker, right? I go after the kicker, right? He's not looking.
I'm going after him. He's mine. He's mine. I'm going after him.
It's probably like, it probably would have been a personal foul if I could have actually hit him. But anyway, so instead of going to my shoulder and like lighting him up, I try going, boom, pretend this is the kicker's helmet. I try going like this, right? And I get my finger stuck in his helmet and I pull it out and I have gloves on, which I don't know why I have gloves on. I'm not catching 8 passes or anything. I'm probably just a I don't want to nick up my fingers when I'm on the field. So anyway, I pull out my hand. My finger's sticking that way, like that. And you guys, what just happened?
Sorry, but Mo Ibrahim.
Good or bad?
No. Mo Ibrahim just had a boot on. I was about to chime in and say it, but.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, I pulled my finger out from the helmet, and my finger is sticking this way. My pinky finger is sticking that way, and it's like bent at multiple angles, though. It's like
Matt,
one angle.
hold up your finger
out,
like
then
this,
out.
and then point it out. Like face the camera like this, and then just say the angle, because you couldn't really see what you were talking about the first time.
It wasn't out this way. It was back, so it was like.
Oh, that's kind of more disgusting.
But it wasn't just back at one angle. It was back at every single joint in different ways. Oh my
crap!
God. Ohio State to the house. This is making my. That's a penalty. He put up the.
It's not
a thing anymore in college. No. Okay. Because in the NFL, that might be a penalty now.
It might be.
Well,
yeah.
Putting up the peace sign before you get in the end zone, it's considered taunting.
What a joke of a rule. But
anyways,
I know.
Anyway, I digress. Cody Thompson and Taylor Throne were making fun of me in the stands because I was bouncing my knee as Anita was pulling out my finger, and they made fun of me the rest of the year for it, even though they didn't even go out for football. But whatever. Well, Taylor didn't go out for football. Cody obviously.
Sled shot.
I'm gonna go with Bob Sanders.
I digress. Ooh.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Good
All
pro. Right. I had to guess him.
So we got 4 left. 2 of them are specialists. An O-lineman.
Okay.
And a linebacker.
Say that again.
Huh?
Say it again. Just
2 specialists, an O-lineman, and a linebacker.
O-lineman, linebacker. 2 specialists, O-lineman, linebacker. Okay.
Okay.
Matt, you're up.
I know mine already. Nate Kading.
Yep, that's a good freaking.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if he's an All-American. I have a guy in mind for specialist.
I thought you were saying I don't know if Nick Hayden was All-American.
No, I
was like, this is sports reference.
I have another guy. I like fact check him. I tell him he's wrong.
I don't know if he was.
Point doesn't count.
I don't know if he was. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Keith Duncan. I don't think he was. I think he got.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Was he this past year? Did he get it?
2019.
So
hold up.
Oh,
what
but he didn't win the
right
he didn't win the Lou Groza award.
Correct.
Okay.
Stupid goggles
so I'm
from
down
Georgia.
2 right now.
Blankenship. Yeah, you're down 2, bud.
2 with 2 left.
You're down 2, but if he gets these 2,
so it's 6-4. It's 6-4.
Yep.
Zach has to go 0 and I got to run the table.
Yep.
All right.
I will say, if one of you get the O-lineman, that would be insane.
Really? So that must be an older guy.
All right, I got my linebacker, James Morris.
No.
That'd be a really good guess. He had a ton of tackles.
good.
He had a
It
ton
is
of
good.
tackles one year. Linebacker.
No! You gotta be kidding me, bro. That actually breaks my heart.
Oh, what?
Why, are you just a big James Morris fan?
Yeah.
No, then I thought I was gonna run the table and go to a tiebreaker.
But Matt,
I do have
still don't
tiebreakers
know.
picked out.
I still don't know right now, Matt.
That is
Linebacker and lineman. By lineman, you mean offensive lineman, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. Linebacker, bro. Let's go with Anthony Hitchens.
No.
Same team as James Morris.
That linebacking trio was
really good.
Sick,
that was like the
though.
only good team.
It
about
was.
that team. Only good thing about that team.
Okay. I really hope this is it. Josie Jewell.
Gosh,
the outlaw.
Gosh,
Josie
dang
Jewell.
Let's go.
How did I forget about
him? Is
him?
he still
Here we
starting
go.
for the Broncos?
Maybe.
Pretty sure. I'm
Probably.
pretty sure he is. I could be
He's
wrong.
such an undersized linebacker too for the NFL.
Yeah.
Like just weight wise, right?
And he's not overly athletic. It's just very instinctive.
Okay, let's see.
You just have Scott score here.
Lineman. After this guess.
After you guess, I'll give you a year.
No, because then it gives it to him, and that's unfair. Because then he gets to guess over me. And if he just gets it, he gets it
yeah,
he
because
went first.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could say that for any hint from down the line, but
No, because
because anytime
the last one left.
I understand.
last one left.
I understand.
What do you mean?
I understand. But anytime I give a hint before him, he gets the first pick.
Yes, but there's at least more options left.
I understand. I'm just saying.
I guess he wants Matt's
I'm
reign
trying
to
to
keep going.
delete.
Matt,
I'm
don't
trying
look
to
it up
delete
either.
storage.
Let's be honest.
No,
you
I'm
can
trying to
get it.
delete storage because my computer's at like 2 gigs of remaining storage because of Shayna's photos. So I'm like,
Good job, Shayna.
Job, Shayna.
she's got like 80 gigs.
I'm not gonna lie. Let's be real. We probably won't get it. Is it somebody we would get? You don't think so? So what's the point in wasting time? Give him a guess. If he doesn't get it, he loses. Give him
What?
two guesses. Give him two. Give him two
No.
guesses. Give him two
This
guesses.
is easy for this dude to say.
I'm winning.
the
I don't
lead
need
over
it. I don't
here.
need it. You can't just get the. He's not just gonna give you the answer. You get two guesses, and I'm not even gonna guess because I won't know it.
No. We each should get. Here's what it should be. We each get 2 more guesses, and then I get a third to as a.
What?
No. You want this to go on for 10 years?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you want to put a cap on it, I want to keep guessing.
Okay, guess
You're
then.
not gonna. He just said you're not gonna get it.
You really don't think we know this person, Chris?
No. Especially you. Because I didn't even know. I
Especially
mean,
you.
I know the name, but I never would have guessed it.
So you know the name, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. How about this? How about you give us a decade?
You're literally
Matt,
guessing from two
from
guesses.
2 decades.
2 decades.
It's from 2
Yeah, I
decades.
know.
Dude,
That
this
helps.
is making me mad. Like, he's just stalling. He's not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it.
It's prior to 2010.
That really helped, didn't it, Matt?
It does, because I was gonna guess like an Ike Bucker or something like that.
Shout out Ike, though.
Might get him on the pod sometime, hopefully.
We need to get
That's up
Ike
to
on
you.
the pod. All right,
It's just
I'm
gonna be
gonna
us
go
sitting
with
here.
T. Hold up, did this guy even go to Iowa?
It's just gonna be
Did
him.
TJ
waiting.
Lang go to Iowa?
No, he did not. This is what I'm talking about.
He
He loses.
He's
He
not.
loses. He didn't even
he's
guess
done.
Hawkeye.
He's guessing guys
I
that
know
didn't
he's
even
a
go to
Packer.
Iowa.
He's done.
I know he's a Packer,
be like,
but they like Iowa players too.
Let's go with Trent Brown.
Trent Brown. Just guess some random lineman.
Hey,
Hope he went to Iowa.
The Packers love their Iowa linemen.
Yes, they're
okay?
just starting 5 Iowa linemen.
Every year.
Oh man, that's funny. It helps to laugh at yourself, kids.
I could
All
even
right,
give him the year, and he's not even going to get it.
Give him the year.
2002.
Brad Banks year.
What if he just guesses it?
I would be pissed if it somehow goes to a tiebreaker where you give him a time limit.
Royce just said, breaking news from Royce Burns, torn Achilles for Ibrahim.
He's just walking around on it on the sidelines.
To be fair, we called it.
could see it.
We
I
saw
mean,
it happen.
It was the easiest diagnosis of all time.
But then he started walking on it, and I was
mean,
like, what?
Kobe walked on it?
Tanner Morgan.
He was.
What if
Kobe was walking around gingerly. He's walking around
Well, I
just
get it.
being weird.
Tanner Morgan just
ball.
delivered a dart on 3rd and 6.
Yeah,
All
okay,
right.
Yeah,
Matt,
I need-
you
I
have
need
10
to-
seconds.
Okay, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. Okay.
Yes, I'm
10,
trying to tell you this is
9,
fine.
bullcrap.
8, 7, 6,
trying to tell you this for
5,
5
4,
minutes now.
3,
All right.
2, 1.
Fred Russell.
It's not a lineman.
Yes, I tricked you. It's
I know.
actually a running back. No. Eric Steinbach.
Name.
You've
Yeah,
heard the
maybe
name.
I've heard of it.
No.
Yeah, we wouldn't have got that. Okay.
The only
Zach
on that
wins.
team are like C.J. Jones.
So after Matt just took forever, even though he knew he lost.
Oh.
Yes, it's all up to Matt. Now going into Iowa, I mean, we've talked about it a little bit. Indiana, what are we thinking? Predictions.
I'm feeling pretty good.
At home.
I have, since the year Iowa State last beat Iowa, like almost 2 decades ago, I swear, 5 years, I predicted a score that year. It didn't work. Haven't predicted a score in any game since in my teams. So I feel good. I think Iowa wins, but I'm not picking a score.
Okay, so all you Iowa Hawkeyes listening out there that might be affected by his score, you guys got to respect that he didn't give a score there because it might actually change the outcome of the game. Let's see.
I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious.
That's a show that you don't even like. Yeah,
I liked it until he left.
Okay, I respect it.
What's
I
that
respect
from
it.
again?
The Office. Matt,
yeah.
come on. Anyways,
Oh, my bad.
my prediction, Iowa wins. I'm going to say 31-28. The streak of 25 and under. First game of the year breaks.
35-28.
31-28.
You better hammer the over then. You better hammer the over because it's like 47.5 right now. If you really think that's
just a
gonna
prediction. It's just a prediction.
happen. I'm just saying.
Could also be like 10-6.
Okay, so here's my take on the game. Like it really just I don't even know how to say his last name. If it's Petrus or a different way to say it. Petrus,
Honestly, everybody changes how they say it all the time. Petrus.
Yeah. And then everyone acts like they know how to say it. But
Right.
Petrus, we'll just say Spencer Petrus, right? This guy, if he can take, I'm not saying he has to be freaking Spencer Rattler or whatever. I know it's not the type of quarterback he is, but like point being like if this dude can just stand in the pocket and deliver balls further than 3 or 4 yards down the field, like if this guy can make our passing offense competent, I think Iowa's a top 15 team. I think we have a chance to upset teams.
Yeah.
But if we can't pass, like I love Nate Stanley, but Nate Stanley really, I feel like, digressed in his years from junior to senior year. He always like
Degress?
degress, sorry. Or regress, whatever the word is.
Regress. That's the word.
Regress.
Digress wasn't right.
But like the thing about Nate Stanley is that he could just never fully put it together. You'd see him have a good throw here and there, but it was just the offense always looked out of rhythm, and it just didn't really look like we just couldn't really move the ball at a decent rate if we weren't running. And so I love Tyler Goodson. I really like our young receiving core. I love Tyrone Tracy. Nico Reganey is a super reliable underneath route guy.
I'm surprised.
It's going to come down to our quarterback. It's going to come down to our quarterback. Can Spencer Petrus take that next step forward and put the offense on his back a little bit? He's got everything around him. He's got an offensive line. Again, he's got the skill positions. It's on him for me. We got the defense. So if he's decent, we win this game. If he is not, we lose and we don't score many points. And we lose like 21-10.
I 100% agree with you.
Yep.
On just about everything you said. Actually, probably everything. Shout out to Matt. I didn't know he knew the Iowa Hawkeyes like that. I don't know why. Matt, have you been – I haven't got to watch as much Iowa as I've liked to in the past. You know, playing college football makes it tough. Watching games on Saturdays and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Iowa State. I'm thinking Iowa State wins 31-10. UNI doesn't have a good offense. They have a solid
I think
defense.
Iowa State might break 40.
I think so. I like UNI's defense, so maybe they can make some plays. Corby Sanders should be playing. Bryce Flater, I believe, is playing. He graduated my grade from Grundy Center. He was one of their stud linebackers last year.
Iowa did take their best D-back, though.
That's true, and he's second string at Iowa. Just
not caught up yet.
A veteran group. It's hard to come in.
Yep.
With pretty much half of a year to learn the offense and be on the same step as all
Come
these guys.
on.
He has the athleticism to do it.
That's awful.
But Minnesota, ooh,
dude, UCF
down to the 2-yard line for Minnesota. Sorry.
Yeah,
We're
UCF's
getting really
quarterback
distracted.
is terrible.
UCF's
Yeah,
quarterback
come on,
is
man.
terrible.
Anyways,
But besides that, I
just
don't know
maybe
what
some
else we got.
names to watch would be Keegan Johnson at wide receiver. Zach, who am I going to say on defense?
Justin Jacobs.
Justin Jacobs, linebacker.
Justin with an E or Justin?
I think it's
Justin.
Yeah.
Yes, with an E.
That's a pretty sweet name,
my
Justin.
Yeah. He was the one that stayed committed to Iowa when Ohio State came in at the end.
Dang. Okay.
And he's from Ohio. So hopefully he does well. I think it goes well Saturday. I'll be watching most of it out of the casino.
Yep.
Stop on by. If you're ever in the area, come see Chris at the
visit
FanDuel Sportsbook. This dude is literally there to chop it up, hospitality.
That's part of my job.
I wish
so
I
if
could come down.
Even if I don't want to talk to you, I have to talk to you.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's gonna be fun though. It should be a busy day.
Grab a free fountain drink. Just
Yep.
drink it around
Grab
the
some
casino.
pop.
That's what I do.
No.
I'll grab like a Mountain Dew.
You get a little hungry. Grab the Chiking burger or the Chiking sandwich from.
They don't have Burger
It's
King
not
in
Burger
there
King
anymore.
Burger King's not in there anymore.
It's
Well,
just the
then
outside
run over
one.
to the run over to the Burger King. Then come back. Let's go.
Doesn't seem time efficient.
So we've kind of covered. I almost hope we get to the end of this game because it's a one-score game with there's 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
But we should probably
just chill
touch
for a
on
little
Lake
bit.
Mills sports a little bit.
Lake Mill Sports.
We'll end with football
Okay.
with that story. I saw tonight volleyball won 3-0 at Bishop Garrigan.
Garrigan, who usually has athletic girls. I'm not
they're
really
usually
sure how
pretty
they are in
good.
volleyball, yeah.
Cross country.
Cross country, I texted my Aunt Beth. Our cousin is on the varsity boys cross country team. Not sure how the girls did. But the guys, I believe they had somebody finish 23rd and somebody finished 25th. And my aunt told me there was a lot of big teams at the school or at the meet, and their future meets will have more local teams. But I'd say it's always good to have that first meet. Just a lot of competition. Have people challenge you from bigger towns. So I think that's good in a sport like cross country. And football, this past week they played Forest City, one of the wilder situations with a high school football game. So on Friday, we're getting ready to go to the game. We show up, lightning delay. And this lightning delay just keeps getting renewed and renewed and renewed every time a lightning bolt strikes.
But by 6 o'clock, the rain was supposed to be done.
It's true.
And it just kept
going.
forming.
There was lightning in the area, so you got to wait another 30 minutes. And, yeah, so they had to move the game to Saturday. They show up around 9 for an 11 o'clock
They left the school
game.
at 9 a.m.
For an 11 o'clock game, and they didn't start playing until just past 2. Like, that's not...
It was a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, that's not a good...
We lost a lot, but you think you're going into the first game at home, your adrenaline, like you're going...
You're ready to
and
play.
It just never happens.
Mm-hmm.
And you wait another 18 hours?
Yeah. It's tough.
It's not easy.
Mm-hmm. Is this just sucky situation to be put in? Especially, it's just hard to maintain that focus and attention for that long. Shout out to Forest City though. There's a couple kids. Or
They've got some good guys.
Yeah, Jack Thompson is a sophomore.
Former student.
He kind of lit it up. He had a really good
And
game.
it's over.
And Ohio State scored again with 4:30 left.
UCF is down to like the 5-yard line though.
Yep. So that wraps up this episode. We don't really have much else to talk about. I thought this would be a shorter episode, but Matt takes forever on the games all the time. They probably won't even see half the time.
I'm 3-1.
Matt disappears. His mic goes off.
I dethroned him.
Did he step out?
No.
Dang it.
I dethroned Matt Throne. Is that Chris Olave?
Yeah.
He's Chris Olave. I played with a teammate in college that was like really good friends with him in high school. Played on the same high school team. And our receiver coach was his receiver coach in high school.
Shout out to Waldorf.
Shout out to Waldorf. That's right. Big win against
we gotta talk
Briarcliff.
Waldorf.
30-3. Jordan Cooper looks so good. Their QB,
Jordan
their
Cooper's a
new QB
dog.
transfer.
He's a dog.
What did I say? Jordan Cooper is gonna light it up.
Jordan Cooper had a really good game. Dom Watt had a really good game. I think he had 140 yards receiving with a touchdown.
Kaysen almost knocked the guy's head off.
Kaysen handled.
Sorry. Dane Belton almost knocked
Belton.
the kid's head off.
They won't get that. Anyways, Kaysen killed a man. Trevor Gunderson, my boy, got a little banged up towards the end of the game. I think he had like 7 tackles, though. He played really well. McCoy, my other boy, had a pick. Really good game.
DQ was just
DQ is unblockable. Daquan McCobb, if you go to a Waldorf game, look for number 99. You'll see
just
why
look for
he's
the
unblockable.
biggest guy there.
Yeah. If you see him, just think about what I had to face in practice every single day last year. Not fun. What else? Navi had a really sick touchdown on a reception on the sideline, made a couple guys miss. Watching UCF try to score a touchdown right before half, and they do.
I think that there may have been a flag. Hold up. I'm pretty sure they scored, but
dude, we keep interjecting. We keep interjecting our
There's
stuff
no
with
flag.
our updates. I don't think
I know.
they're all celebrating, Matt. I think we're good. So we're hoping.
All right, we're good.
As
Let's
we close this
go.
podcast, we're hoping for a
That's
UCF
huge.
win by 6.5.
We need it.
Yes, and they're down.
Need
they're
it.
down. What? 10
24
right
to
now? Yeah, they're
24 to
down
14 right before half. We appreciate you guys listening.
So.
Hope you guys tune in again.
Yes.
Share
Thank
if
you
you
guys.
liked. Subscribe to our YouTube. And
Yes.
leave a like down below. Leave a comment. Text us. Anything. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, please.
See you next time.
See ya.
We'll see ya.